everyone, so here in New Zealand we are just coming to the end of spring, which means that it is almost time for me to start thinking about my summer capsule wardrobe, and this is the end of my first full season of doing a capsule wardrobe. I started it in winter but only for the last month of winter, so I was only kind of trying it out. For spring this has been my first full 3 months of doing a capsule wardrobe. So today what I really wanted to do was kind of go through my spring capsule wardrobe and evaluate how well it worked for me. So I'm going to talk you through the pieces that I chose that worked really well, and also the pieces that I didn't wear a lot because they either didn't go with much or they just didn't suit my lifestyle. So the main reason that I'm doing this is of course so that I can learn from my previous experiences and make better choices for my capsule wardrobes in the future, and also for my shopping choices. But hopefully this video helps you as well. Hopefully it makes you think a little bit about what type of clothes are going to work well for your lifestyle, and making sure that lots of things go with other things if you are choosing to do a capsule wardrobe. So let's get started, and I'm going to start with the items that I wore the most out of everything in my spring capsule wardrobe. So there was one item that stood out to me over everything else because I wore it almost every single day. It is this navy blue blazer here, which I got from Pagani, and I got it right at the start of my spring capsule wardrobe, I think, possibly either a little bit before it started or just after it started. But this was definitely my absolutely most worn piece the entire season. So this was my go-to outer layer for going to work. I would say on average I probably wore this 4 times a week out of the 5 days that I went to work. And I even found that on the colder days I could put another jumper and then still put this one over top of it. So it was such a versatile piece, and because of the color of it, it went with everything. I just found the shape of this to be really flattering on me. It doesn't have shoulder pads, and it just kind of falls loosely over your shoulders, and like kind of a waterfall effect down the front. And it just worked absolutely perfectly with every single outfit that I had. So considering that I got this for $25 down from about $60, this is probably one of my best clothing purchases that I've ever made. The next item that I felt that I wore a lot this season is one that I didn't actually start the season with. I bought it in my Whistles haul that you may have seen, which was a few weeks into spring already, but I have worn them a lot since then. And they are these paper bag waist black pants from Whistles. They are the perfect length for me. The material is really nice. They're not stretchy, so they hug you at the waist. They're really tight at the waist, and you can actually make them tighter with a drawstring. I thought that was just to look like a drawstring, but it is actually stretchy. And then they just kind of flow loosely over the legs, so they're really nice loose material for spring and summer. They are super comfortable. The paper bag waist gives them a bit of a trendy look to them, and they go with pretty well everything. So I wore these to work probably about 3 times a week, so not quite as often as the blazer that I just showed you, but still enough that I feel like I've definitely got my money's worth out of them. Not that I'm about to throw them away or anything, I just think they've been a good investment for this season. They also have huge pockets on each side, so I can keep my phone in there, I can keep a pen in there. It's absolutely brilliant. This has just been such a versatile piece for me. I know that when I'm getting ready for work, I can put these on and they will go with any of my tops, so it doesn't matter which one I pick. So again, these were totally worth the money, and I'm really glad that I bought them and put them in my spring capsule wardrobe. The next item that I feel like I've worn a lot this season, but I also didn't have at the start of the season, is a pair of jeans, which you would have seen me buy on the first Vlogtober video, I think. These are from Just Jeans, and these are the Mile High Super Skinny. And they're in this kind of light wash, which I think looks like a little bit of a cross between a grey and a light blue. But they're enough of a mixture that I can wear them with both grey tops and light blue tops, which I think is brilliant. I love these because they're high-waisted, which I feel is the most flattering on my body type, but they also don't fall down. So my other pair of high-waisted jeans, well, they don't fall down, but like when you bend over, they kind of slip down a little bit so that you have to pull them back up to where they're supposed to sit. These ones stay exactly where they're meant to stay. They're so comfortable, they fit me perfectly, and I am so happy with them. So obviously I don't wear these quite as much as the other two items that I just showed you because I can't wear them to work, and work is 5 days out of the 7, but I wear these just about every day that I'm not at work. So most weekends and anytime I have a random day off during the week, I will generally be wearing these. So now we are on to the items that I wore the least out of everything in my capsule wardrobe for spring. These are all fairly recent purchases. I haven't bought them during spring, but I bought all of them kind of just before spring, so in the last 4 months or so. Now some of these I do really love, but they just don't seem to work for my lifestyle. I just never seem to have the right opportunity to wear them, and a couple of them I just don't like for whatever reason. So let's get into the first one, which is my other blazer from Pagani. So this one is very similar to the navy blue one that I showed you. It's got the same length sleeves with the same roll up. It's got the same kind of waterfall effect down the front, and also no shoulder pads. So I thought that it was basically going to be the same blazer just in a different color. And in fact, I actually bought this one before the navy one, and I thought that I would love this one so much that I went out and bought another one that I thought was the same. But the big difference between this one and the navy one to me is the material. This one feels like a wetsuit. Like, not quite, it's not as thick as a wetsuit, but the material is not, it's just not nice in my opinion. So I love the shape of this. I think it falls really nicely over my body. I love the color. The bright color is not what's putting me off, honestly, because I am so happy to wear a white dress and then put this over the top. It is literally just the material. I think that it feels cheap, and I just don't like it. But I mean, it's not that cheap. It's well made, it's got nice stitching and all that sort of stuff. I can't explain it. There's nothing else that's the problem, it's just the material. So I managed to wear this definitely once, possibly twice in spring. Both times were to work, and both times I just didn't feel happy in it. Like, this color would normally make me so happy because I love wearing bright, cheerful colors, but I just felt like I was wearing something cheap on top of all of my other nice clothes that I really like. And I have finally had that experience when you look in the mirror and you're like, yes, I feel amazing in what I'm wearing, and I feel totally the opposite when I wear this. So I'm gonna have to seriously think about whether or not I want to actually keep this. I'm not gonna get rid of it right now, but I feel like I'll give it another go for summer, see if I wear it a little bit more with like white dresses, because obviously that is how I envision wearing this, and I didn't have a white dress out for spring, but I will for summer. So I'm going to give it one more try and we'll see how it goes, but it's possible that I will just have to get rid of this because I don't feel good when I wear it. The next item makes me so sad that it is one of my least worn because I love it so much and it looks so beautiful, but I honestly only wore it once. In spring. I put it on a bunch of times in the morning, ready to wear it to work, and then it just wasn't right. And I'm talking about my beautiful white blouse from Portman's. So this has a V-neck, which actually suits me really nicely. It crosses over, it's loose fitting, it's got beautiful chiffon material, which is slightly see-through, which is one of the problems, and then the sleeves go a little bit longer than they normally would, so they come down to kind of like here on my hand as opposed to stopping at my wrist, and that is another one of the problems. I love the top kind of bit. I love how there's no collar, it just kind of comes down like a V. So one of the reasons that I didn't manage to wear this more than once is because the sleeves are so long and my blazers are kind of just under full-length sleeves, so this would have stuck out so far under my blazer. So I was just waiting for the weather to warm up so that I could wear this on its own. But then when I wear it on its own, even with a nude bra, you can see my bra strap at the back. Like at the front the material is thicker so you can't see it, and that's fine. But at the back you could see straight through and you could see all the details on my bra. and it was just not a good look for work. So the only one time that I managed to wear this, I actually had to roll the sleeves up, which obviously makes it look a bit nasty because this blouse is not designed to have the sleeves rolled up, and you could see like the wrong side of the seams and everything, and it didn't look good. I didn't feel good. But it's such a shame because I think it's so beautiful. I love the material and I just want to be able to wear it, but I don't want people to be able to see my bra, and I don't want to have to roll the sleeves up. So I'm thinking I'm going to give this a try as a weekend top, just like with jeans, because obviously I can't wear it to work if it's going to show every little detail on my bra, but I don't want to get rid of it. I'm not ready. It cost me a lot of money. I think this was $80, either 70 or 80. So I'm going to try it as a weekend top with my jeans and we'll see how we go. The next item I didn't wear at all in spring. It still has the labels attached. I put it on once in the morning on a weekend or a day that I wasn't going to work, wore it for maybe an hour and then decided that I was going to wear something else that day. And I'm talking about this bright yellow dress from Dottie. This still has the tag, $70 I paid for this, and I have not worn it at all. So my first problem with this is that the frills were not sitting down properly. They're like sticking out, folding over so that you can see the underside, and just not good. So I got a bunch of safety pins and pinned it down so that it mostly sits correctly. Like when I put it on, it pretty much sits flat now. But I know that there's 3 safety pins around my collar, and I don't feel like I should need to have safety pins, and I feel like if someone sees the safety pins, which they might, it's just going to look a little bit nasty. And the other reason that I haven't worn it is because the day that I tried it on and then took it off, when I took it off and I undid the popper that kind of holds it in place at the front here, the popper kind of came unstitched a little bit, like it's still hanging in there, but it is hanging by a thread, or by a few threads, but still, like it's not sitting flush with the dress, with the material of the dress like it's supposed to. It kind of needs stitching back on, and it's like, well, I've never even worn this. It's like the second time that I've undone that popper, once in the changing room and once at home. It shouldn't have come unstitched that quickly. So I'm just a little bit disappointed in the quality of this dress, and I am going to try and see if I can wear it in summer because I feel like the weather's finally good enough. I might get a chance to wear it, but I am going to have to stitch the popper back on, which doesn't make me happy, and we'll see how we go. I don't feel like this was one of my best purchases. The next item is one that I wore once, but it was to a dress-up event, so I feel like it maybe doesn't quite count, but I do really love it and I do want to keep it. I just feel like it's one of those, it doesn't fit with my lifestyle. I don't have many opportunities to wear it, so it's something that I can keep, but I need to not buy more of them because I know now that I don't get the opportunity to wear them very often. So anyway, it is my bright orange kind of pencil skirt. It's got an asymmetric hem. It has a split up the side here and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's high-waisted, it fits me really, really nicely, and it looks beautiful, especially if you pair it with a really nice top. But like I said, I just really don't have the opportunities to wear this very often. I am going to keep it. I am going to keep it in my capsule wardrobe for summer and hope that some more opportunities come up. But I need to keep it in mind for when I'm shopping that I do not need to buy dressy skirts like this because they just don't get worn. The last category that I'm going to talk about today is clothing that I'm getting rid of completely. So these things are not going to go back into storage for me to get out next year or next season or whatever. These things are going to go to the clothing bin or to a friend if any of my friends want it. So the first one is this kind of blush colored dress that I got from ASOS. I'm so disappointed that this didn't work because it was actually quite like a pricey dress on ASOS. I did get it on special, so I don't feel too bad about the price that I paid, but I just felt like for the price that it started at, I thought it was going to be better quality. So this actually fits me really well. It fits around the bust, it fits around the waist, and then it flares nicely, stops at a nice length on me. The first thing that I don't like about this is the material again. So this actually, when it rubs against itself, like when you're walking and the skirt swishes around, it sounds like canvas, like it sounds like an actual tent. The first time that I wore this, I kept hearing this sound and I was like, what is that sound? Where is it coming from? Like, who's rustling a tarpaulin or something like that? And then eventually I realized that it was my dress and I felt so embarrassed. I feel like the material looks nice enough, like on camera you probably think it looks soft, but it is not. It's not soft at all. It's quite rough, it's a little bit coarse and just not nice. The other thing that I don't like about this dress is the little frilly bits down the front. I thought that they were going to sit down like this. This one, as you can see, is going inwards and I was hoping that it would go outwards. But also sometimes they kind of just stick right out, and then if someone sees me from the side, it looks like I have these huge like nipple boob things that just go from here down to there, and I just don't, the ruffles aren't nice. They should be a thinner material, they should just kind of sit flat, and I just don't like it. Two more things I don't like about this dress. It was only going to be one more, but I've just noticed that this button, can you see how far that comes out from the actual thing? Like, it is hanging on by 2 threads, but again, like that, I've worn this twice. It shouldn't have come unstitched that fast. And the last thing is this hole in the back. I like it. I like that there's a hole there. It doesn't show my bra. It stops at a nice place, but it doesn't sit flat on my back. When I wear it, it kind of goes outwards like this, like it's pulling outwards. And it's not because it doesn't fit, because it does fit, but for some reason it just sits out like this and I don't like it. So unfortunately I am going to get rid of this dress, even though I've worn it twice and I paid about $40 for it. Oh well, I don't like it, I don't feel good in it. And so I will never want to put it in my capsule wardrobe again because it's taking up the place of something that I could love. So out it goes. And there's one other thing that I'm getting rid of, and it is a piece that I have enjoyed wearing. I really love the material of it. It is really versatile. It is this black t-shirt here, which I hauled quite early in the year. So I have had a few months to wear it. It's so nice and soft. Obviously goes with everything. The reason that I'm getting rid of it is that it has stretched, and the reason it's stretched is from being pegged up when it's drying. So it's been pegged from the bottom here, like the 2 bottom corners, so the middle is still unstretched, but then it goes down kind of at both corners. I don't know if you can see that, but it's very noticeable when I wear it. Like, it comes down a lot further down my legs than it used to, and I don't want it to. I don't want a really long t-shirt. I don't feel too bad because it wasn't expensive and I can just buy another one, but just a warning to you, if you're gonna hang your clothes with pegs, just be really careful where you put your pegs. It wasn't me that hung it like that. I hang my clothes without pegs if I possibly can, and if I have to use a peg, I put it right under the armpit. Unfortunately, someone else came along and put my washing outside and decided to peg everything, but that's okay. They were just being helpful. But yeah, if you are just starting to get into like washing your own clothes, if you're like a young adult or whatever, just moving out, just be careful where you put pegs, or if in doubt, just don't use pegs at all. Just use an inside washing line and just hang things over the line. They're not going to fall off inside. So unfortunately, this one is going as well. So that is it for this video. I think on the whole I did an okay job choosing my spring capsule wardrobe, considering that this was my first full season of doing a capsule wardrobe. I definitely know a few little things that I need to change for next time, and I also feel like my shopping habits have changed because I did go to the mall yesterday and I bought one thing which I probably won't show you in a haul because it's only one thing, but I tried on at least 20 different things, and for each one I thought, I really like this, but it won't go with anything else that I own, or I really like this, but I feel like I can't walk very easily in it, or I really like this but I just don't have an occasion that I would wear this for. So I definitely think that having a capsule wardrobe has helped me realize a lot of things about the way that I dress, and I'm really enjoying this journey. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was helpful for you. Please give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Leave me a comment letting me know if you've done a capsule wardrobe before or if you'd like to do a capsule wardrobe in the future, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!